There are two problems that were the most missed on your homework this week, so I want to go over those. One was to simplify this one, 1 plus cosine of y over 1 plus secant of y. Now, cosine really can't be reduced, so we need to work with reducing this expression on the bottom. So I'm just going to leave the top like it is. And on the bottom, I'm going to change secant to 1 over cosine. And I'm going to go over here to the side and do the work for the bottom. This is just the denominator. And since it's addition of two fractions with two different denominators, remember this one's over 1, I need a common denominator. So 1 goes into cosine, cosine times, and cosine times 1 is cosine. Remember, that's how we add fractions. Cosine goes into itself one time, and 1 times 1 is 1. So this is cosine y plus 1 over cosine y. That's the whole bottom. So this is the top. And I'm going to make my divisor line like this so you can see the difference. This is the bottom. The squiggly line is a division symbol. That's what fractions are. They're division. And in division, remember, with fractions, you flip the divisor and multiply. So when I flip, here's the top. I'm going to multiply by the flipped bottom. So here's the bottom, and it's flipped. Since this and this are the same expression, I can cancel them. Remember, when we multiply fractions, as long as things are top and bottom and not side to side, we can cancel. So the only thing I have left is this cosine, and that was the answer to that one. So that's one of them. Let's clear out this other one. The second one, some of you I think just didn't read what it was asking. This was the problem. And we start trying to substitute and try to put things in terms of sine and cosine if we can. So secant is 1 over cosine. So this is the top. Here's the bottom. Okay, so that's our problem now with the substitutions made. On the top, we have two fractions that are subtracted with different denominators. So I'm going to go over here to the side and do that work. So 1 over cosine minus cosine. I need a common denominator, which is cosine. Cosine goes into itself once, and 1 times 1 is 1. 1 goes into cosine, cosine times, and cosine times cosine is cosine squared. So 1 minus cosine squared over cosine is the top of this fraction. And if you look at your sheet with your identities on it, sine squared plus cosine squared is equal to 1. And if I bring the cosine over algebraically, that means that 1 minus cosine squared is actually equal to sine squared. So the top of my fraction that I have is actually equal to sine squared. So that's what's on the top of my fraction. And remember that it had this on the bottom, so that's just the top of this alternate fraction. So that's this. So this is the entire top now. This is equivalent to this whole top, but it's also being divided by this. So I flip it and multiply. The two cosines can cancel, and I'm left with sine squared. Now, where the confusion may come in is that the question said this is the answer. It said find f of t. So it's saying the answer is the thing that is being squared. Well, what is being squared for my answer? And it is sine that is being squared. So this was the answer to that homework even though sine squared was the answer to the simplification process.